Welcome, family, to another episode of Something to Say. I'm your host, Stan B, and this episode will be the year in review. We're going to talk about a couple of things that happened in the beginning of the year, towards the middle of the year, and now the end of the year, with only maybe about less than 2 weeks left before the year is over and we enter into 2021. So if you're ready, let's hop into it. Welcome, family. Welcome, family. Yes, and we are now into what? 9 days? We got 9 days left before 2021, man. It is the end of the year of 2020. Now, man, it's been a long year. I think it's been a long year for everybody. So I'm gonna just take it back to for me, just because this is all my reflection of 2020, different things I just want to touch on or what have you. So, I remember, let's take it back. All right. I still remember what I was doing when 2020 came in. I'm not really a club head. I don't really do, I do a little, get together here and there, but depending on who it is, where we at, whatever. But normally I'm at the crib. I ain't going nowhere because, New Year's, it's popping off. Everybody know that. Some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? The first murder about to be committed because everybody wilding. So I feel the safest place to be is at the crib. So I'm at the house, right? So I was at the house with my beautiful queen. I believe we was probably about to get something ready to drink, the toast. I had got my blaze on, did my thing. So, I remember all of that as far as 2020 coming in, you know what I'm saying? I also remember that same month, I was hearing, I'm not, I'm kind of a news buff, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I like to try to keep up with what's going on. So I flick on the tube or go on my phone and, just kind of see what's going on, you know what I mean? So I can stay abreast of different things. I might not know everything, but, just try to keep abreast of what's going on anyway. But, I remember hearing situation that was going on, and it was over in China. I wasn't sure what the situation was. It had something to do with outbreak. It was infectious. It was in Wuhan. I remember that name because it's real different name. And I remember there was some pictures that was going around, and it was it was on my messenger, and so it was going around through Facebook, I guess, and it was showing. I believed it to be in Wuhan. I'm not sure, but it was Asian people, and they had the dogs. You can clearly see they was dogs, and they was all the same kind of dogs, and they were like on a stick, and so they were saying that, having the animals out there like that had spread this infectious disease. Then they were saying that, something about a bat, it came from eating bat because that was some kind of delicacy or something. It was all these different things that was going on at that time, and I remember that. And meanwhile, in my own personal life, I do asphalt work, and so it kind of slowed down around that particular time. And so I was driving, I was doing Lyft, and I was doing pretty good with the Lyft. It was cool, you know what I mean? And then fast forward down the line, I remember around maybe late February, early March, and I remember this one incident where, because I'm gonna back up a little bit. I remember this one incident on the lift, and I had this cat that I went and picked up, and actually I think it was like his mom got the lift for him because it was her lift. So I'm thinking I'm picking her up, and I pick up this dude, and she direct me to over where she at, and tell him get in the car and all this other stuff. So he get in. All right, boom. I'm usually when I'm driving, I'm just cool, just doing my thing. Got the reggae playing. You know what I mean? If you want to talk, you talk. We have a conversation. If not, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how that went. But he was in the back and he hawking. He and I'm just like, yo, you all right, bro? You good? Yeah, man, I'm okay. Da, da, da. So he takes a napkin and like spit in the napkin and balled it up or whatever. And I believe he messed around and left it in the back of the floor. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him drop it, but I mean he was the last passenger I had. So when I seen it, I realized that he was the one who left that back there. And so for me, I was like, damn, man. I was like, you know what I mean? You little trash and all that in the back or whatever, right? So I didn't, I picked it up, but I didn't pick it up like with my hand, like grab it and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I kind of like took, the edge of my fingernail, like, cause it was like a napkin. And so I got the edge that didn't have nothing on it. And it was just like a piece where if I pick it up, I could have the whole thing in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Well, have the whole thing in my clutches of my fingernail. So, I pick it up and I go take it out, throw it away, whatever. I ain't thinking nothing about none of that. I cleaned my car out, you know what I'm saying, after he got out, it wasn't dirty or not, just swept. I do that type of stuff. So I, sweeping, whatever, trying to get everything straight, whatever. And then going about my business. Now this was around Super Bowl time. Supposed to go to this little Super Bowl get together. So we talking about the Super Bowl of this year, 2020, right? So I remember all of a sudden I won't feeling good. You know what I mean? I was just like, damn, just ain't feeling good, man. And then I started having this fever. Then I started aching. The fever had got bad. I was sweating. It was bad. And I don't normally get sick, you know. Um, I'm pretty much the type that, you know, getting sick come here and there. Like it comes few and far between for real because I don't really get sick like that. So, so this was just kind of like, oh man, like I know I'm sick. Yeah, so my queen, she see I'm sick. She like, nah, we ain't going to no, Super Bowl, da 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 type party, whatever. Right? So she get me straight, on the couch and, give me my liquids and fluids and all that and um give me some Tylenol and, different stuff to try to break the fever and, you know, some Theraflu, you know what I mean? So we thinking it's like the flu or whatever like that. And I probably was sick, maybe 2, 3 days at most, you know. But then after that, I I felt like I was, I was cool. I was good after that. So fast forward to March. March was probably the first time that I started hearing things about, situations where people was getting sick, like those people they was talking about over in China and Europe. I think it had hit Europe and all that too. So I was like, damn. And it was only a matter of time before whatever was going on wherever, was gonna come over here, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, I don't know what the hell going on, and then you start hearing people, I mean, that whole thing in New York started getting crazy. Like, I mean, people was dropping like flies, man. It was crazy. And when they start talking about, refrigerated tractor trailers and all that kind of stuff, you knew it was serious. Like, damn, there's so many people dying, they can't even keeping up with the dead, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, damn, and I think that had everybody really, really on. I know it had me on edge because I'm dealing with the people. I'm picking these people up, and so I remember going into a Family Dollar, and they had the stuff on sale, like the wipes and the spray and stuff like that. And I just grabbed it. I was like, man, I'm gonna grab that jank, man. You know what I'm saying? I grabbed it, and then I used it. Wipe my stuff down, make sure everything was good. And I think at that moment I was doing that, and I still remember that day. I was like, man, I don't think I'm driving no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be done with this driving because I just know from dealing with people and situations that people sometimes ain't hard headed, they don't want to listen, all that kind of stuff, and then some people, man, they be in your car, they coughing out in the open, they ain't covering their mouth, none of, you know what I mean? So, so it's that joint just kind of had me on edge, but that's what was going on around March or April. The cases started to increase. You started seeing stuff. It was talking about, 45. That's what I call them. So for anybody who's listening, when I say 45, you know who I'm talking about, because I don't. It is what it is. 45. All right, but they would start talking about how 45's response was not how it should have been, and he didn't do the things that he should have did. Which we can all agree to all of that. And then fast forward to May, and I still remember this like it was yesterday, man, like for real. But I remember sitting in here, I got a nice flat screen TV in the man cave, and I'm just, I'll be watching the joint, and sitting down watching whatever I want to watch, and I'm on YouTube, and I come across kind of video where they talking about a man had died, and this was Memorial Day. I remember I had cooked a little something, did our little thing, whatever, did the little grill thing at the crib, and then I check out that joint, and it was like all over YouTube, like it was like different news reports, different video, and I see this man, black man, on the ground, face down, and I all I could hear him at the time is just like pleading. Like he kept just saying, please, you know what I'm saying? Like, please, man, please, like I can't breathe. I can't breathe. He just kept saying that. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, wow. Like, and then the see the pose of the dude that was on him, it was like just like his face and his position, his disposition, how he was on the man, how he looked, everything about him was just poised and like evil in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't gonna let him up. That's the look he had. Like, I'm not about to let him up. And he had his hand in his pocket, And I was just like, wow. And then to see the other ones behind him, and then to see the one officer, the Asian officer, kind of standing guard, making sure that bystanders don't rush over there and knock him off of him and do something that, as citizens, they probably should do. You know what I'm saying? But that was crazy, man. That was crazy. I had to watch it a couple more times to really understand what I had just watched. You know what I'm saying? And once I really understood what I watched, I was just like, yo, they just killed that man on damn they might as well be live TV, you know what I'm saying? But they killed that man right there. I just watched that man die. You know what I'm saying? I just watched that man die like that, yo. And that was just crazy to me, man, because I just couldn't understand why it had to go down like that. And I knew from that very moment that things were going to be different. It was going to be